Hello, this is Sage Larishka. I've gotten many questions about how to use the Sage server because it's a little bit confusing at first. So I will do a basic run through and you'll have to bear with me here. So when you land on the server with no roles, you should see greetings, and here's our greetings bot. And you see very little actually. So we have greetings, we have announcements, and these would be important announcements from Pixonic themselves, which they spam a lot of announcements, and also announcements for the clan itself, for the Sage clans themselves. If something was important, we put it here. Here's your server rules and regulations. Those will have to be updated soon. But basically you get the idea of it. Let me skip these two right here and let me go someplace else. So here's Sage TV. Sage TV lets anybody who is in a Sage clan spotlight their YouTube video and not get lost with anybody else's. So if you're in a Sage clan, you have access to post your videos here. YouTube videos, these are all other YouTube videos. So we have many people posting many videos. And that's the YouTube videos. It's our media section. Text channels. You see our friendly chat. Everybody has access to the friendly chat in the Sage server. You can talk about anything you want as long as it doesn't violate our rules, which our server is PG-13 because we have kids here. Here are our open voice channels. You're welcome to join our comms anytime you feel like. Yes, I know, I see that. No, I don't want to do that. Here, get a happy face and go away. Utility. Utility is, everybody can see this. You share another server, find links to other places, go explore. These are mostly other War Robots servers, but there's all kinds here so you can have fun exploring. Facebook links to squad with people outside of clan, or to make sure that you have your Facebook and maybe play with people from Sage in another game, because we all play other games. Post your Facebook link here. Makes it easy to find, especially for tournaments and the like. Okay, so now going back up into these other two role channels, and they're pretty specific. They have these little lines here, these little stars, and they say roll me. When Sage first started, this is all we used was the Koya bot to use the roll me channels to make it easier, so we had an automated system so people could self-roll themselves. We're getting away from that because there's too many ways to mess it up, and sometimes people still need help because you have to type in the code. And the code is these two marks, these two keys, with roll me, and then whatever role you want. But you have to type the role in right. So here's our list of roles that you can self-give yourself. Most of them are vanity and do absolutely nothing. YouTuber gives you access to more YouTube channels. Call of Duty Mobile, there's a section in Sage for Call of Duty Mobile. Other games shows you all the games that we have links to that we play. What else is here? Friend of Sage, I'll get to that later. Virus info gives you things. The ones at the end here are actually important because they actually do things. All this stuff in the middle is just fluff. You can give yourself as many roles as you want, all of them. Doesn't matter, just have fun. But that's basically how you do it. I could even give myself one to show you. Let's see if I do it right. Yeah, should work. And it does not found. Okay. Well, anyway, I said they were a little bit difficult. It's a little bit easier to do it this way, but you ping everybody that has that role. So, roll me. Use the @ symbol, find a role. It's PI. Huh, maybe it's not there. It's possible it was deleted. Try a different one. I know War Robots is there. There we go. Right? You've added yourself to the War Robots role. How you can check and see what roles you have is you can either click on your name and look at your profile. And that's not the right one. It has to be the server one. Look at your name. Roles. There we go. But you can also look over here. There we go. So you can see what all your roles have. It's a little bit different for mobile than it is for on the PC, and I'm using a PC right now. Forgive me if I'm not familiar with it. I do not normally use a PC. But see, you can see what roles you have and what roles you don't. Let's see, I have War Robots right here. Alrighty. So going off of this, and also, you can also see who can see this channel with you. Everybody in the server can see this channel. You can also see who can see this channel with you by scrolling up and down this list of people. Everybody that is in Sage can see this channel. You just keep going down. If it's a locked channel and only certain people can see it and have access to it, you can actually look and see who has access to it through that. That's one of the easier ways. But anyway, moving on from this, let's go over here. Reaction roles. The server was updated to include much easier ways to roll yourself roles. So let's start at the top. You have platform, you have Android or Apple, whichever one you select. You can see the squatting channels for where you'd call for a squad by selecting either one. Arcane gives you a choice of platform. So, well, it's not platform, it's actually your league. So you have champion, master, expert, diamond, gold, silver, bronze, private. Whatever you want to be pinged for when people are looking for a squad, click on. You can click on champion and it'll give you the role. Now see, I just selected it and it took away the highlighted blue. It took away my role actually. So I should no longer have champion in my list, and it certainly did. So if I wanted it back, I click on it again, it turns it blue, and guess what? I have champion again, right there. So if you wanted to turn off roles or change your roles or what leagues you see, this is an easy way to do so. It's just like a switch. Turn it off, turn it on. So going back down, if you wanted to see our performance-based section, this is how you could see the performance-based section. Now, this section is rather large, but it's really fun to look at. So I will go, I'm looking at this as everyone. So I'll go and turn that role on and show you that section in a moment. And then you have the 6-pack league. So this is a tournament that Sage plays in. That's all old school bots and weapons. And there's all kinds of rules for it. You could turn that on or off. And there's another part of this. You can see the art department. There's an awful big art department at the bottom of the server. I'll briefly touch that. That's just for fun. If you like looking at art, you like looking at War Robots art, you want to share your art, that's where you go. There's an entertainment department. Friends of Sage. These are all very self-explanatory. I did put descriptions underneath of all of them. There's coronavirus info. There's a bot that you could type to. Will tell you your region's coronavirus count. Articles on coronavirus, all kinds of stuff. There's a music section. There's a DJ role. There's utility. I opened up the utility to everyone because nobody could figure out where to post their server invites or Facebook friend roles. So trying to make it easier. And other games. There's a huge other games section. This is just me trying to open up Sage and make it far easier for everyone. And to get the art role, you'd click on the art role. If you didn't want it, you'd take it off. Entertainment is the same way. So this is art, entertainment, friend of Sage, coronavirus, music, DJ. What DJ lets you do is we have a bot called Rhythm. If you don't have the DJ role, you cannot control the Rhythm bot. So if you want the music section, with the music comms and the music bots. You just click on that and the DJ one. It makes it far easier. The utility section and the other games section. Okay, now each one of these opens up different sections. And if you are part of Sage, there's another Roll Me channel that's specific for Sage only members that opens up even more of the server. Our server is huge. It has almost 500 channels, and that's a lot. And there's the limit is almost reached for roles as well, although the vanity roles I could delete and give us more. So anyway, the server is huge, and that's why we had to lock it up. So let me activate another one of these roles here. Obviously, if you're an officer, you have more access to different parts of Sage. If I looked as a champion and gave myself the champion role, maybe. Be nice if it worked. Champion. There we go. If I gave myself the champion role and I went down, what would you see different? You would see the special section, which it unlocks. There's champion certificates. I made a certificate for a champion. There was many players that we trained up from Bronze League all the way up to champion. I was so proud of them. I made you a certificate. And if you asked me to, I would fill one out with your name, or you can do it for yourself. Anyway, it's posted there. It's a cute little thing. And champion chat. There's your chat. You can talk to other champions. It's just for fun. It doesn't mean anything. It was something neat to unlock. You don't have to do it. If you selected a different one, you could actually be in them all if you wanted to. But here's a master's category too. Something neat to offer people. There's all the way down. I think I did it to silver. No, I did it to gold. And that's it. Okay, so basically that's what the league roles do. When someone pings for a squad, is looking for a squad, and they give you access to 2 or 3 channels extra. Let's take off those, please. What else is important? Friend of Sage may be important. Let me look at that. If you want to see the server open for most of what it had, you give yourself the Friend of Sage role. And Friend of Sage opens up the server as close as you can get without actually being in a Sage clan. And it gives you most of the War Robots things. War Robots will eventually be locked, that you'll need the War Robots role to look at all of this stuff. But for now, if you're a friend of Sage, you're probably into War Robots, so I left it. You have test server changes. Here's the Android squad I was talking about. If you were iOS, you could look for the iOS squad, which there is a category directly underneath the Android squad, but you can't see it because I don't have that role selected. But basically, you would call for squads and say, whatever role you're looking for at champion, I am looking to play for a bit, logging in now. And basically what that will do is that will let anybody who has the champion role will be pinged and will come to play if they can. Doesn't always work, but that's your best chance to pick up a called for squad in Sage. Sometimes I'll use it to ping for X-Hanger practices or something else that's important. Maybe fun stuff too. Hanger bot and weapons advice. This is basically, we talk about your hanger, we help you make suggestions. There's so much information and so many smart people in Sage that sometimes all they do is debate on what is the best setups for this game. And there are just so many options, it drives me crazy at times. So if you wanted to ask about your hanger, what to do in War Robots, how to proceed, how are you going to spend your game credits for the next 6 months to a year, this is where you would ask, because there are many, many smart people here. Battle screenshots if you felt like bragging, if you were proud of something. It doesn't really matter who you are or what clan you belong to. You can post them here. We don't mind. We like to share a lot, and this would have cluttered up our welcoming chat. So that's why it's here. But there's many, many. I used to have one that was just for pretty screenshots of the games. That's a pretty one. And I took it down because they were getting posted everywhere anyway. So here's the place to post the ingrained screenshots. Very pretty. That's a nice one too. He fell off. Oh no. I did that. It's not fun. Event and reward. So if you win something from one of Pixonic's limited events, you can post it in here and have a chat about it, whatever you want. I prefer if you didn't chat about the weather in here because we are trying to keep it for event rewards, but this is where you would post screenshots of it. Key chest. If you want anything from the key chest and you felt like sharing or even to bitch about it, this is where you would share it. I have many times. Oh, there's a flow snake. But there's a lot of funny things that we post too, but not here. Okay, so here's a drones channel as well. We talk all about drones. There was a separate channel for the chips, but it just got too confusing. So you can talk all you want about drones to your heart's content and ask questions, and somebody will come and help you, or we'll figure it out together, either or. Skirmish. When Skirmish is available, feel free to post all the info you want about Skirmish in here. I do sometimes. I haven't for a while. I don't have much time. But there's the Skirmish channel. Masters of Arena. When Pixonic had this open, this was very nice because Anti-Pirate, our own resident YouTuber, used to post, for every day he posted a walkthrough of how to beat the arena, which was great, but they haven't done it for a while. So it is very possible that we may go and move this into the archives. The archives are at the bottom of the server for unused channels. I don't delete much. It gets archived and I save the information in case we need it at a future time. So that is what this channel is for. Free gold. War Robots sometimes has free gold available and you can complete offers. And how you get to that is, forgive me here, there's a lot of information. Why don't I just go to the pins? So, to go to the pinned messages of any channel, if something is very important for any channel, I will have it pinned. You get to it in a different way through mobile, but this is how you get to it through, yes, jump. This is how you get to it through the PC. So anyway, here's what I have pinned. In the War Robot screen, if you touch the gold at the top here and look at the gold, see the gold? You have get extra gold down here. You want to select that. Let's click off that. And then what it shows you is offers to earn gold, right? And it changes all the time. At one point in time, they had double this. So this was not 12,000 gold. This was 24,000 gold to go and complete the task and raid. And it was free. I only got it offered 9,000 gold. So whoever took advantage of that, good luck to you because I would have loved to. So anyway, if you play other games, there's a certain way to do these so that you actually get credit for it, and you should take screenshots if you're going to complete one because sometimes it messes up and you don't. So you can contact support and they'll give it to you. But anyway, this talks all about that. I don't have to go through it now, but I mean, free gold is free gold. So we talk about what kind of things we ran into. Yes, I was playing Raid. We liked it so much we actually made a section for it. So if we go over to here, this is the War Robot spot. One of our members made this bot and programmed it for the people at Pixonic. And it's not his bot, but he programmed it and put all the data into it, and it's fantastic. It tells you all kinds of things about it. I really like it. So that's what that is. There's all kinds of things that you could ask it. stats, information about weapons, information about bots, comparing things, artwork. My favorite is the artwork. Let me see. I'm biased. I love art. Will it pop it up? Yes, it will. Looky. It gave you. I think that's Springfield. Is that Springfield? It's Springfield because there's the dam. I almost said it was factory. But isn't that fantastic? There's artwork. Okay? And that's all Friend of Sage does. So if you go and give yourself a different role, hold on. Might as well go over some of these other ones that are important. Performance opens up performance. Performance is bragging rights, basically. So here's performance right here, and it is huge. You can go and post. You have to follow what the requirements are. You can look at the pins, which should have been pinned, but they weren't. But anyway, the pinned, yes. Performance section is under supervision. Okay. So basically, each one of these has a requirement. It's at the very top. I'll have to go through each one and decide. I know Godlike is pinned because I pinned it. Okay. Everyone completed to earn this role, post 3 videos or 5 screenshots of you earning a Godlike kill streak. Each must be in a different build. So you have to read all these little ones. Hold on, sweetheart. Mommy's doing something. So each one of these categories has a role attached to it. And once you complete the requirements, you can ping an officer or me, and we will come and give you the role if you meet the requirements. And each one is different. Eventually, we'd like to add more, but you can see how many we have. And a lot of people, it just makes the game more fun to have quests to do. So basically, that's what we did. I actually know a few people that did almost all of them. Let's see here. Let's get rid of performance. Let's give us something else on this list. A YouTuber. YouTuber opens up more YouTube channels. Here's the YouTube chat. You could chat with other YouTubers here. Anti-pirate, about videos, whatever you want. Let's see what else there is. Hold on, bear with me. I talked about War Robots. There's the iOS role. See, iOS Squad War Robots. It's there, I promise. Art department. Art department is at the bottom of the server, and there is a lot of it. Larissca's workshop in progress. Lots of work. All kinds of stuff. There's Happy's workshop. There's other people's workshops. Here's the Sage emblem. Us working on things, drawing them, making them for Sage. So if you were into art, this is where you would go. You need a logo for a YouTube video for Sage? Here you go. There was Death's workshop. Death made some really neat stuff for Sage. There's 6-pack art. Come on, 6-pack art. Open up. Made lots of posters for them. War Robots art. This is actual art from... This is fan-based art. Some of it, and some of it is real. See here. I'll have to sort this out. Sage is like a library with a whole bunch of dusty tombs in the back room. I like information and I hate getting rid of it, but bear with me here. I'm trying to clean it up. It is a lot better than it used to be. Is there another role that matters here? 6-pack League matters. Go down, and here is 6-pack League. If you paid 6-pack or wanted to play 6-pack or interested, there's links to the 6-pack server. There's your legal gear and weapons. There's videos and pictures, and I even made a video telling you what you could use and what you couldn't use and giving you tips and tricks. So if you wanted to watch that, you could. I promise and assure you, it is not as boring as this is. All right, going forward. Media director, War Robots, YouTube. We were actually making movies at one time with War Robots. And that's why there was a media director. Hall of Fame, that was special. If you got into the Legendary League and met all the requirements, you got the Hall of Fame role, and only one person had been able to do it in Sage and stay on the Legendary League all month long. I still think that's pretty awesome. Yes, we have healing roles. Other games is important. Come on, other games. Oh, don't rate limit me now. Pixonic, please, not Pixonic. Discord, please, please. Close this down. Look at another channel maybe. Role selections. Other games, will you let me look at, please? Yes, all right, there we go. Okay, other games will give you access to all the other games in Sage that we play. Here is a brief list with all the links from the Play Store for the other games. And like Battle Bay, there's the link to the Play Store, will always be pinned at the top so that you can play it. If people play it, you can come and post what you want here about it, each game. Showing neat things, trying to get other people in Sage to play with you, that's fine. The ones that we play an awful lot, we actually made sections in Sage. So if I go here, you can see there's Call of Duty. Let me give myself the Call of Duty role real quick. You can only see the basic chat for each one if you have the other games role. To see more, you gotta give yourself the role. So, give myself Call of Duty. Maybe? No. Oh, why do you have to be so picky today, Discord? Call of Duty. So see, there are more Call of Duty channels. There's a general chat, there's leaks about the game, there's battle screenshots about setups, there's an armory that we haven't done yet, there's comms for it. You can have fun, whatever you want. There's let me take this row off and give myself something else for you. Bear with me. There we go, Raid. We play Raid. There's the Sage Clan, about the game and playing it. There's an armory and tavern. Nobody really posted much in there but me. That's okay. We had more playing the game. Alright, there's one more, I believe. There's Mech Arena too. Let me find Mech Arena. I went too far, I think. The ones that actually matter are higher up on the list. Where are you, Mech Arena? There's Mech Arena. Maybe we'll make Mech Arena blue. But anyway, here's Mech Arena down here. See, there's a chat. There's battle screenshots. You can find other people to play with, clans to join. There's the tournaments. Your game links. You could just post your Facebook if you wanted to. Or you could post your actual ID because there's your ID. There's links. There's prizes. You can share your prizes and show off. There's squad comms. There's hangar and equipment. Whatever. You can have fun with it. With options to stay in Sage because Sage is a family of clans and games and we like sticking together. Going back up. There's Jurassic Monster World 2. Only I play that apparently, so don't worry about that. I was going to make a section for it and then found it pointless. So it's in there, but it doesn't do anything. The music. The music is important because it opens up the music comms. If you like listening to music, this is where you'd go. Here's the no comms talk. If you can join a comms, but you can't talk, come and type in here. And this would made more of a point when it was up here in the voice channels because then you could actually see it. But anyway, if you were in the comms and couldn't talk, that's where you would go and you type and say, hi, hey, I can't talk, but I need you to invite me, or I lost connection. So music comms, you would join one of these and go into it, right? And then you could go to the music bot and tell the music bot to join or leave. There's one that you control the volume for. That's the Ballard. And it's the plus sign. So it's a double plus sign. You tell it join. It's going to argue with me because I'm not in a comm. So you must join a comms channel first. And you can go and get your YouTube playlist and it will play just like the radio for you. There's at least two other music bots in Sage right now. There's Rhythm and the Ballard is the paid version of Fredboat, which lets you do playlist and your volume control. This is the free version. They're all in here. In the free version, you activate by using the semicolon. Join, right? And the rhythm one is tricky because you have to have the DJ role. And I think it's exclamation point or R or something and join. It's been a long time since I used rhythm. It's not exclamation point, it must be R. But anyway, you can find that out. I think it's like this, RY. Let me ping it. What's it called? The Minstrel? If not, I'll have to look it up and post it because I don't even remember. It's been a long time. I don't use that one. I'm sure it's at the very, very back of this somewhere. Yeah, there you go, the prefix. It's R with an exclamation point. So, R, exclamation point, JOIN. Right? You have to be in a voice channel to use this command, yada, yada, yada. So instead of getting the music bots to yell at me, let's go someplace else. These are all the vanity ones. No, you will never see as many channels as all of these unless you give yourself every other role so you don't have to worry about being overwhelmed. Entertainment is neat if you like playing games on here. Text games, whatever. Discord games. You have the OWO bot. There's Koya in here. I think there's a slot bot in here. Whatever people ask for, I will normally add. There's a meme bot. Hello. I see. I'll be good for a minute. So here's the entertainment section. There's memes. You can post your memes there. There's Koya bot commands. There's 8-ball. Koya's neat. It does all kinds of stuff. It'll do images. It'll make images weird. It'll invert them. It will explode them, implode them. You name it. You can look up people's profiles with it. Slotbot. I don't use that one much. You guys seem to like it. I don't mess with it. OWO is fun. You can hug people. You have a zoo. It gets weird when you have to sacrifice animals for it. Anyway, that's all we do is we actually play with it. It has built-in games. There's a memoir bot, Dank Memoir. I don't use that one either. So, guys have fun. There's a stat bot. It will tell you top 5 channels in Sage, who use the channels the most, who talk the most in comms, who typed the most for this month, this period. And it gives you all the stats of Sage. So you can get personal stats for yourself. Really neat. So you can view the dashboard or whatever you want. Counting. You can count in this channel if you're really bored. People do. I'll have to restart it soon, but astrological signs if you want and post your oh, I didn't see that he posted that and that was 6 months ago. That's how often I check this. It would help a lot if he pinged me. So anyway, you could go and ping me and ask for your astrological sign and I will go pull it up with all kinds of neat information, or you can scroll back and find it because I think I did them all. If you liked spamming things or just wanted to try out every single emoji, because we have a few and I made a whole bunch for Sage. We have as many as we could possibly fit and many are moving and pretty neat. You could try them all out here because even some of our favorite people have their own stickers. So, and then You could post what food you made that day or talk about food. We like to cook, so there's food. Here's nature photographs. Post nature. Love nature photographs. Quotes. Could post quotes from you, quotes you found on the internet, quotes from other clanmates. Emojis. Tell a story. We have enough emojis. Certainly you can tell a story with emoji and try to figure it out. We used to do riddles. I may get rid of this. Ask a riddle, have somebody else fill it out. It was popular for a little bit. One word story. This is you say one word, another person says another word, and it keeps going down. You can't say 2 words in a row. It gets really dirty quickly with the younger people. So try to keep it PG-13, please. Selfies for fun. You could post a selfie of you. You could go and look and see what the other people of Sage look like. There's a lot of them. I mean, yep, there's me too. So, like, there's a lot of people that posted pictures of themselves. You don't have to look, but you can. Movies, if you like watching certain movies and enjoy them and you want to share them, feel free to write a description and share the movie that you liked or recently watched or was really good. Pets. Oh, those are some pretty kitties. Oh my God. Okay, so you could post your favorite pets here and talk about them all you want. Cursed images, it was asked for. There's some strange images in here. I don't even look. But anyway, so let's go look at a different role. I went through the entertainment section. You can laugh at me getting lost in my own server. Utility, I did not go over yet. Utility, if you needed help with Discord, obviously you could ask me, or if you come here, there are server suggestions. There are suggestions for the server, how to make it better. There's the share server that everybody can see and Facebook links, but there's also emulator help. There's all the codes. There are codes for Discord that you can type and make things look different. And how to give yourself a fancy name in some of these places. Like I have pretty little wings and stuff on my name. There's how to change the color, but you can only see it if you are on a PC. See, it actually looks different here. Red, orange, yellow, green. But mobile people can't see it, so there's no point because more than 85% of people on here are on mobile. So there's time zones explained. We have to work all over the world, so there's time zones, and plus I have all these handy little time zone converters too and charts. If you need to know a conversion, you could just ask me. There's contacting Pixonic for help. Here's how to switch between multiple accounts. I did a video for you because it's complicated, but you could have, I have 9 accounts. Here's muting Discord. I don't know if that works or not. I'll have to check it out. That video may have been removed, but if it has, I'll make another one. Okay, so anyway, let's go to another place here. Almost done. There's not much more, I promise. Maybe. I could be lying. Hold on. Sometimes even I forget how big Sage is. Come, let me find. Oh, there was a little dot. Nope. I'm pretty sure it was after. Server booster utility. Take that off. And I think we want to look at what happens if you want to see coronavirus info. Virus info. Take this one off. Oh, I gave myself one roll. Come on. Entertainment, take off. No, it's not going to work for me. Discord rate limits your clicks. Me trying to give people roles sometimes is crazy because it won't give people roles. Okay, so here's coronavirus info. If you wanted to know stuff about coronavirus, when it first came out, people didn't believe it was a real thing. So here's a prepper's list, because what if you need to prepare and had to be stuck at home for months? There's a prepper's list. Now, mind you, this was mostly for people in the US or Canada or something like that. I'm sure you do things different in other countries. But however, it made sure that the people in Sage were prepared. This didn't used to be locked. It is locked now because there's a lot of information and people were tired of looking at it. You can talk to the coronavirus bot. It's active. It's live. It tells you how many cases, how many deaths, yada yada. I forget. I think it uses the CDC, but it may use the World Health Organization. I'm not sure. But it'll give you charts. You just have to type in the right code. Here's country information. Trailblazer posted a very nice link for it. Basic info. This was before there were any cures for it. I went through and I did all kinds of research on it, and I pulled up the Spanish flu, which is it's like, and I pulled up other ones and world wars, and I showed how many deaths they predicted before it happened months and months ago, to show that it was actually a thing and why you should make sure to try not to catch it, especially for the older people around you. Because there was so many people, especially younger people, saying that it wasn't a thing and they couldn't catch it, and it wouldn't affect them. If you live with older people or middle-aged people or even young people now, and now children, it affects you. It affected everybody in the world. You'd have to be living in a cave if it didn't affect you. So anyway, that was that. I made sure to go over it for you guys. Here was safety, how to make masks. This was safety that they posted. And then here was how to make masks. You guys, we all know the thing now. I may even get rid of this section. But anyway, it's here if you want to look at it. Okay, I went over that. That was all the ones that are not Sage related. If you joined the Sage clan, please remember that our motto is knowledge is power and knowledge corrupts all. I like the first part of that much better. If you have knowledge, you have power. So we provide an awful lot of knowledge. At least we try to. I may have taught you a few things about Discord you didn't know at just from looking at this. If you join one of our Sage clans, I give you, or an officer gives you, one of the Sage clan tags so that we know where you came from and you can ping other people from that clan. There used to be separate chats for each one. We have iOS and Android clans. If you are part of Sages and in a Sage clan, you have the Sages role. I will ping that constantly because we are always doing stuff in clan. So like you'll see the officer section. Sage Council is the really, really important parts of Sage. Me cutting down clans, making new clans, kicking somebody out, not being able to play for a week, somebody's leaving temporarily, somebody came back after a year. This is where you talk about things like that. This is the important part. Sage goals. I tried to do an analysis of all the clans. We talk about how we're moving, what things are going to. So basically this was the board meeting, and this was sections from the board meeting and how we were doing so far as a giant group of clans. So that's what that was talking about. You could read it or you couldn't. The information is not current anymore. We have to actually redo it. If you wanted an emoji made in server, there are many of us here that can do it for you. We're kind of full at the moment. We have an awful lot of emojis made specially for Sage. But I mean, we can edit them and update them as needed. But here you go. We have some very, very talented people in Sage that like to add them. If you look, there's a Sage roles section. If you're part of Sage, you can see this specific thing right here, and this is important because this gives you access to places only you can only get if you are part of Sage. So we have the Sage maps. If you click the little map icon down here, you will see all the maps for every war robot, all the active maps, right? If we made any strategies for them, they're listed there. Sage training, we like to do strategic training. We like to go through game plans and how to take different maps and make things interesting, maybe different bot roles. Some people asked for a strategy channel just for them to go and work with other people. I made it. You can go to your heart's content and go and look at that. There's all kinds of information down there. Here is the Sage Zone. I'm probably going to be cutting that back. That was introductions, that was about yourselves, that was all the league certificates. It was just neat thing. There's even a place where you could go and gripe about life and the game or whatever. Um, so I will show you that too. So here's another part of this. This is kicked. If you were interested in helping me recruit, you could look at who I kicked recently and why. You just touch the boot, or you could go and look at our recruitment section, which gives you our standard recruitment emojis that we made, and we actually made GIFs for it, so they're moving. GIFs are moving, and you have still images. But anyway, there's our recruitment posters. If you wanted to try to help us there, you could use this and get the link for that. You can see the All Sage chat. If you're part of Sage, you can talk in this chat, and this is where only Sage people can see. So that's what you do, and then we have specific comms. There used to be a lot more comms, but we only really need one, so this is a locked comms for only Sage people to join. There's archived. You can see what's archived. Most of the server is now locked. If you don't have the roles that I just mentioned, you can't see much of it. There was also an armory part. We thought it would be neat, I thought it would be neat, to have a War Robots wiki actually built into Sage. So after 150 channels and figuring everything out and adding the information, we decided that's too many channels in Sage because it just kept getting bigger and we were running out of channels. So we actually moved it off server. It's over here in Undone. But anyway, there's like, eventually, maybe I'll finish it. I don't have much time anymore. There was supposed to be every bot, every module, every weapon. There was going to be a Call of Duty section and a mech arena, and then they added drones to robots, and the list just keeps getting bigger. We're like, maybe there's going to be 2 servers for that. So anyway, out of the many servers of Sage, there's many parts of Sage. I'm still deleting stuff off the main server for it. If you're wondering what a Chester squad is, it was if you're on the cusp between champion and master and you're stuck in there and you're looking to play but you don't want to play with a high champion, somebody that's 6,500 cups and you're just at the brink of 5,000 or 4,900, that's a Chester squad. So that's basically what that is. I added it to the roll me section. You could call it. You could give yourself that and they would come. We have a PUBG section too. It's in there. I don't have to show you. These are part of that thing I was telling you about. Sage Maps gives you access to the maps. Sage Training gives you access to Sage Training. Sage Zone gives you our personal clan thingy do of where you can talk and add stuff. I took a lot of things out because people were complaining there was too much. But anyway, you have introductions. There's your War Robots ID and game name. Compliments if you're happy or you like something. Or you can bitch and complaints, either one. Sage certificates, certificate request. I can basically make you anything you want. Here's all the maps listed with details. And training, beginner setup, starting from bronze all the way to champion. We like to train people in Sage, so we like training you up. So that's basically, there's a lot of different strategies. There are much more. Now, if you're an admin, obviously, people sometimes ask me, what can an admin see that nobody else can see? And that's what you can see if you are an admin in Sage. If you would like to go crazy, please, by all means, ask me to be an admin. Don't, because I'm not going to do it, but still, there's a lot of channels here, so I do a lot of scrolling every day. If you want to go and join a tournament for some reason, one of the Sage tournaments that Sage is part of, we're in the Mission Rogers X-Hanger tournament and we're in the Six Pack League tournament. This would be the server that you would go to. You'd go to Welcome, you'd go to Reaction Roles, here's Reaction Roles, and you give yourself Six Pack League, or Faction Wars, and that's basically as far as you can do self-rolling in this server. But you have UTC times, and then there's team roles, there's some stuff for X-Hanger that I should probably take out of there. There's Facebook player IDs, the open chat that needs no roles and you can talk into, and the War Robots is in this server as well, which is lovely, so you can ask things of it. There's our six-pack stuff. There's a lot of six-pack channels. At one time we had 3 teams. We don't anymore. We have 1. There's the admin section. Eventually I'd like to add, we had a 1v1 ladder list where the person above would go and fight for spots on this ladder list, the top 10 in the Sage servers. I'd like to eventually add that, but it's a lot of work, and with the tournaments being open, I don't have time to watch it. So it's not active yet, but it's there. So if there's a lull in tournaments, I'll probably open it up. And here's Faction Wars. We have a lot of Faction Wars channels. We've had 3 different teams so far for Faction Wars, so they're in here. But right now we only have 1 active one. So all the information is in here and working. So if you were on, see, here's the team art right here. If you were in one of these and you wanted to join or you wanted to play, we're always looking for people to practice with. And that's that. That's all the basic sections of Sage explained. I hope you enjoyed, and I am so sorry it took me a whole hour to go over all this. I didn't realize there was that much. All right. Take care and bye-bye.